Hello, my name is Callista and welcome back to Cognition, an Erica Reed thriller. In the last episode, we were exploring Cordelia's apartment and just trying to figure out what led up to all of this. And I don't think we're going to find any answers in here, so let's continue looking around. Okay, we've looked in the office. I think I want to properly explore all of the places I can explore before trying to put the visions that we're seeing in the correct order.
Fancy office. If you're going to work from home, this is the way to do it.
Yeah. Damn, this is really nice.
Very clean. It doesn't look like it's had a fire in it in some time.
Okay, and these carvings.
Huh. I actually kind of like these.
I can't tell if they're dogs or horses. It looks kind of like those, like, Chinese, like, paintings of dogs, I think. Maybe. I'm not the most cultured of people. I really like this painting. I'm not entirely sure what that says.
All these paintings seem to be very monochromatic.
Really? I think they're very beautiful. Yeah, it is just the same thing. Okay. The coat rack.
Big and sturdy. Everything in this room seems to be about making a big impression.
This is quite an imposing chair, but it does look comfy.
Well, this is a fancy little gadget.
Can we use it? USB cover. Ooh, what do we have actually? Nothing that we can use with this. Ooh, what did we do?
It lit up, but just for a second. Didn't seem to do anything.
Okay. And the envelope?
This thing is colored to indicate danger. A rush delivery. At least it's not thick enough to be holding any body parts.
At least you hope. Maybe Cordelia has flattened a tongue and stuck it in there.
It's empty. There's something odd about it. Like it was left here deliberately.
I'm guessing it's something we can carve. Yep. Although if this sends us back into one of those, one of the, Cordelia flashbacks, I think I'm gonna leave that for a while. Because we never actually looked at the lobby. I want to see if there's anything down there that we can interact with. Hey, McAdams.
Agent Reed? What are you doing here? No one is allowed inside.
I'm glad you think so, but I've been invited.
What are you talking about?
I had a little chat with your friend in the fancy suit, who so cordially invited me in and gave me the run of the place, actually.
I don't know what you're up to, Agent Reed, but you had better stay in line here. This is a delicate situation.
What do you know about Scorobius?
How are you connected to Scorobius?
He manages the Enthon Towers, and I'm running an investigation here. Are you trying to insinuate something, Agent?
You tell me, Director. There seems to be a lot of history here.
It's not the first time I've met him. But if you'd actually done your research, that information is readily available in the database.
And John?
Where is John? I know he was here.
Yes, we established that earlier. He helped with the scene outside, then left.
I don't believe you. John was inside this building, and I guarantee he's still here now.
Agent, you'd better back down. You're really pushing your luck.
I don't know what's going on with McAdams. Last episode, I thought that he seemed like a good guy who just didn't like the fact that Erica was a maverick, but the fact that he's being so... Yes, sir, how can I help you, sir? Would you like me to clean your shoes with my tongue, sir? With Scorobius really is throwing me off.
See you around.
I hope not.
Okay. Now, what actually is there in here? There's this rectangular bush.
Why do rich people like their plants clipped into geometric shapes? Is it a power thing?
Hell if I know. I've always preferred like a wild garden kind of thing.
Enthon Towers. Your security is our obsession. Very classical. Kind of Greek or Roman looking.
This one's alright. Yuko.
Very classical.
Okay. How do we have the
It looks
sculpture?
like more of a museum piece than apartment art. Oh well, at least it's better than paintings of flowers and boats.
Can we... I don't think that we can head over that way. No, that's as far as we can go. Okay. So I think I've been to all of the locations. I've looked at what I can. Now then, what was the thing that we could cog in here?
I need him to sign away his claim on the tower.
You do your thing, I'll do mine.
I've spent the past 2 days getting nowhere on this one design.
Keith,
That's it!
That must be Max, Cordelia's older brother. She mentioned him in the cemetery. So this vision must be from at least 6 years back. I still can't believe I took that rose from Max's grave. Though I wonder now if Cordelia knew that was going to happen.
Probably. She probably saw you taking that rose and knew that she had to be at the graveyard at that time. I'd just like to point out there's a secret door here. A very badly disguised secret door. Okay. Yep, we've all got the same stuff. Let's see what Cordelia says about all this.
some nights when I can't sleep, I'll come in here, start up a little fire, and curl up on the couch with a book.
Nice.
I love these guys. Though it feels kind of wrong to have things like this hanging as decoration and not know what they're supposed to mean.
I mean, you could always just research them.
Max picked it out, now he's got to look at it. A coat rack made of burnished steel. I forget the story behind how we got this. It was something to do with Portugal, I think.
That's how you know someone is rich, where they're like, oh yes, this was highly expensive. I can't really remember the details, but it had something to do with insert far-flung locale here.
Max puts in many, many hours in this thing. He gets it reupholstered yearly.
Do you actually have anything? You don't. A photograph?
It's an old photo of the family. It's one of the few we have. Mom and Dad weren't really picture people.
I wish we could just
It's an old photo of the family. It's one of the few we have. Mom and Dad weren't really picture people.
And then it'll... I want to know who this kid is. Like, he could just be, like, a friend of the family, in which case... I'll explain my thoughts later.
Max, my big brother. Hey, did the mail come yet? Did we get...
Yes, it came. And everything is as bad as it could be. How are we going to get the Enthon Towers functioning as a sustainable and profitable housing venture if politicians and nitwits won't get their fangs out of our asses?
I can go and talk to some people downtown. Maybe try something a little more tactful than whatever you've been doing to upset them like this. What's their issue now?
11th hour building code shit. They can smell blood. They know we're doing something good. They don't want anyone to raise the bar because they know it'll mean they'll have to start jumping higher.
And? That's it? Just a few more building code hurdles?
And there's a thing with Keith. I need him to sign away his claim on the towers. You can imagine how willing he is to do that. This place is his baby. We had a fight.
So I did notice that in one of the other flashbacks where Cordelia was on her bed, there was some guy kneeling beside her. I'm guessing that's Keith.
So, what is it you need from Keith exactly?
Look, the bureaucrats are descending. They'll do everything they can to slow us and stop us. I need Keith to give up his claim on his involvement in the towers, but he refuses to sign these.
Of course he does. What did you think? He'd bow out of the way? He designed this place, Max. He wants acknowledgement.
Well, he's not gonna get it. They're trying to rezone this area before everything's even done. We moved too fast on this, Cordelia. We were so eager to go, 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 that we didn't slow down to consider that people are, well, people.
Max, you're not that cynical. Look, it's the High Rollers Lounge we're trying to get into, and they don't like that we're using the express elevator. There's pride at stake.
I can't tell if Keith is like another sibling or if he's a family friend. And here's the thing, if he's a sibling, then something dodgy there is going on. Because dark hair, dark eyes, dark hair, dark eyes, both of the parents had dark hair, dark eyes. The likelihood of a, what is that, blonde or like, you know, dark red maybe, I'm not entirely sure, is not exactly likely. He could be adopted. What was this about a signing?
Give me the papers. I'll get Keith to sign.
Cordelia, he won't.
Max, you're a businessman, not a diplomat. You do your thing, I'll do mine.
Oh.
And that's how we win it. Together.
Max, what's up? You've been wound very tight lately.
Maybe it's the caffeine. I have been throwing it back lately.
Well, I hate to drive past your defenses, but I did notice the old family photo is out on your desk. You didn't dig that out for nothing. Have you been missing Mom and Dad?
Miss Dad? No. I got it out so I could look at it and remind myself he wasn't a monster. Or a giant. He was just a man. A really good businessman who never stepped out of that one role. And I'm afraid I'm turning into him. I do the same. I put up a facade to deal with meetings and investors. God knows I'm good at it. Look at all we've got. But lately, I'm afraid I'm just becoming the facade.
Yeah, we are definitely going to encourage him, but something he said at the end of the last episode about how his dad wouldn't talk to him for like a week because he was getting Max to play some kind of businessman game with Cordelia where Max had to convince Cordelia to give him this toy she really loved, but Cordelia got sick and she like was out of it for like a week, and for all of that week their dad would not talk to him because, well, you didn't get the toy yet, did you? So I'm not just going to pretend you don't exist. It's very disturbing.
Max, you might be a natural at what you do, but you're too good-hearted to lose yourself to a role that you play well.
It doesn't feel that way, though. Look, Even though Mom and Dad are dead, it still feels like they're looking on and making sure I take care of you and Keith. And when I slip up and stop playing my role, it feels like Dad is in the next room, holding the belt.
No way, Max. He may have been strict, but he wanted us to be happy above all else.
That's easy for you to say. Dad made it clear that he liked you. He always forced me to earn it, and he made it clear that he was teaching me to look after the family. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to fill the shoes of a ghost.
Well, I'm glad you brought it up. We'll work on this, okay?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Keith is like another sibling. Although, I guess he could be a cousin. That, like, maybe Keith's parents died and it's like, oh, well, this is our cousin. We're gonna adopt him as one of our own. Maybe that's why Keith looks different.
You have a safe in here? I didn't know that. Was that Keith's idea too?
No, mine. Guilty.
Always wanted to be in a gangster film, yeah, see?
Oh, it'll be a great little surprise I can impress clients with. Seriously, who has one of these anymore?
Max, if you show it off, you're defeating the purpose.
Okay, goodbye. Yeah, my thinking is that if Keith is their sibling, then why does he look like this? He's either an adopted sibling or he's a one of these two wasn't particularly discreet, because I'm gonna assume that's blonde. Blonde is a recessive gene. Black hair is dominant. So, I mean, they both could have recessive blonde hair. Are they called alleles? I forget. It's been a very long time since I did biology. They both could have recessive blonde hair genes, but the likelihood of them both passing that on it's not impossible. I mean, like, I have blonde hair, blue eyes. My dad has blonde hair, blue eyes. My mother has brown hair, brown eyes. So I had a better chance of being blonde haired, blue eyed, but still, brown is a dominant. It's a dominant gene. So it was less likely that I would take my dad's genetics, but I did. So it's not impossible, but I just find it a little bit suspicious.
I'm getting that feeling again. It's been happening a lot lately. It feels kind of like a quick headache. But it's more than that. What's strange is I feel as though I could almost choose to make it happen. As if I could... What's happening to me?
Oh.
Whoa. She was having visions. Probably her first, guessing from the reaction she had.
The black flower.
This must have been where that black flower came from. Yep, there's the cut stem.
Where was that coming from? It felt like it came from inside my head. And whose voice was that?
Oh.
It almost sounded familiar. Get a grip. Okay.
So when she has a vision and Erica kind of does a bit of voiceover, she can actually hear that. Damn, okay.
Max picked this up during a business trip in France. He got to watch them make it.
Again, another sign of being rich. You can just pick up a coffee table in France.
Mom loved this species. I always try to keep at least one around in memory of her. Their smell has a wonderfully comforting effect on me. When I'm stressed, I try to keep one near me.
Okay.
I really like having it turned on as background noise, but I don't like actually watching it.
Same. I hate being in quiet spaces. Which is, it might sound odd because I'm an only child and I come from a very small family, so it's not as if I'm used to being around.
It doesn't matter what we do. We always get fruit flies. And this is their home base.
Like I was saying, it's not as if I'm from a particularly loud family and that's why I don't like the quiet. It's more that I think my mum came from a loud family. She hates the quiet for that reason, so she always has the TV on, and I just kind of picked it up.
When we were in Tuscany, there was this town that quarried this beautiful marble. We picked some up to make these counters with.
Flippin' heck, they have been all over the world.
When we designed this place, we modeled the kitchen after the one in our childhood home.
That's sweet.
Someone comes in to water them. We killed a bunch of plants before we all finally admitted that none of us have the time or want the responsibility.
That was probably wise. These are very pretty plants.
This is made from some kind of special African wood. Keith made it. He's so good with this kind of stuff, but it's the tech work that he keeps returning to.
Flippin' heck.
It's one of a pair of vases that we got sent over from India.
Gee, wood from Africa, vases from India, kitchen countertops from Tuscany, and a glass table from France.
Max commissioned this one from a friend. I love winter scenes. This one makes me want to curl up in a chair and drink tea.
Nice.
I was the one who wanted to get the staircase in the loft put in. I love how they came out.
It's just very jarring for me to be hearing, like, oh, I'm the one who wanted the loft put in. Oh, look at these counters. I don't know. I find myself rather separated from this. Hello there, friendo.
Keith looks intensely focused. He goes through a month or two of obsession with something and then moves on. This must be his latest.
So this is Keith, Cordelia's other brother, I guess. Huh. Maybe I can look him up. Maybe even call him.
Okay, and it appears he's red-headed, not blonde. Red hair is also a recessive gene, though.
This was done in honor of our friend Allie. She battled cancer for a year before finally succumbing to it. It captures her suffering and deterioration so well. Features are missing. Certain areas were rendered then destroyed. It's haunting.
That is very sad, but also very beautiful, I think.
I got this at an auction. I might have overbid for it, but it reminded me so much of this one toy I had as a child that I just couldn't let it go.
And the fin?
I think of it as a fin poking out of the water. To me, it represents something that seems ominous on the surface, but whose deeper nature is just simply hidden and unknowable.
What was it Erica said about the fin sculpture? I think she made some kind of Batman reference.
I wish Max would get rid of this one. It looks like a person wrapped up in a cocoon.
And the slab?
It's an old bas-relief we picked up in Europe. A painting of Janelle and Mallory. Sweet girls. Twins with congenital heart problems. This painting was part of a fundraiser Max set up for them.
Oh, it's good that the family's doing charity work.
Models of planets. They're metal. Keith loves this sort of stuff. Me, I'm more interested in life on this planet.
Okay, what have we got here?
Looks like Keith's soldering some sort of rocket ship. Fun.
Components?
It's a box of components. Transistors, resistors, integrated circuits. He's a whiz, and he's taught me a little.
This is all Greek to me. I'm really not so good with my hands. Okay then, Keith.
Hey Keith, what are you working on?
You kidding? Nothing. I've spent the past 2 days getting nowhere on this one design problem, and maybe it'll turn out the whole idea's crap. And then I have Max showing up pestering me to sign away all claims on the towers.
Didn't this same sort of thing happen when Max tried to solicit your design ideas for the towers in the first place? You said it couldn't be done. You were too wrapped up in the thing before it. Boo-hoo-hoo, rocks and hard places.
Well, no, but... Thanks. I see what you're doing, and you're right. But this latest thing I'm trying to do, it just hurts to keep thinking about, but I can't let it go. I can at least think about the tower's design and feel good. It's one big problem that I solved.
Okay, why can't you agree with Max?
Keith, have I noticed some strain between you and Max?
Probably. He's getting insufferable, trying to tear away any dignity I might have gained through working on the design of the towers, and he's doing it just so he can move along to the next new thing.
What's wrong with moving on to new things?
Nothing, if you've got somewhere new to move to. I don't have that luxury right now.
Okay, so Max is a businessman. He's just trying to go on to the next deal. Keith seems more like an artist. Like he's got an emotional bond with the things he's making. And he doesn't just want to sign that away.
Is it really so bad to sign away some legal claim? You still designed Enthon Towers, Keith. Your name might not be on the plaque, but you know it's an...
No, it's not about plaques. It's about Max thinking he can take something that I busted my hump for and just turn it into another commodity, another moneymaker.
Are you sure that's what he's doing? This is a condominium, Keith, not a microchip patent.
I'm not sure what he's up to, but I don't like it.
I don't think he's in the wrong. Like, he worked hard on this. He wants some recognition, and Max is taking that away from him. What are you working on?
So you're on to the next thing? The gears don't stop spinning in that head of yours, do they?
You make it sound like a choice, Cordy. I'm working on the Ori over there. I'm trying to make it into a functional tool for measuring planetary movements.
Orrery? That's what that thing with the planets is called?
Well, ours is a little different, but yes. I just need to work on balancing it and I'll be finished, but it's tricky. I need to use the right wrench on the right planet, and I have to adjust it in the right direction.
Adjust it?
I'm using these to make the fine adjustments, but nothing has worked so far.
Okay.
Can you tell me what progress you've made with the orrery?
Not much to say. I haven't been very systematic, so I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my edge.
Keith, don't talk like that. You're just down. Lots of stress lately.
And I'm guessing that's for when we have an actual solution to this puzzle.
I'll talk to you later, Keith.
All right.
I wonder if we can... I'm assuming that we can't just...
Keith, will you sign these papers for Max?
Papers? Oh, so he's getting you to do it now. When Max can't solve his problems, he sends a third party to get the job done for him. That's just like him. Won't work. Take him away.
I wonder if... Can we see him finishing the model so that we can go and tell him to finish the model? Oh, these paradoxes.
So that's something that Keith is going to do sometime in the future. I've had this feeling before, but never focused on it like this.
But I wonder if that's something Erica could do. Oh, we're back here. Oh! What? Where is my phone? There you are.
My smartphone
No.
kicks ass. I love technology.
Is that the dossier? Yes. Okay. Maxwell. Well, I'm going to point out he's had a name change. In the first episode, his name was Maximilian. Maxwell Smith was a third-generation entrepreneur based in Boston, Massachusetts. He primarily worked alongside his sister Cordelia Smith, developing luxury living spaces in the Boston area, though an eclectic assortment of patents and design prototypes came out of the company as well. Max is deceased, survived by Cordelia Smith and Keith Smith. His death occurred in October of 2005. Exact date and time are unknown. Cause of death unconfirmed, though fire is the most likely cause. ID could only be made by matching dental records. Keith Smith. Occupation unknown. He is younger brother to Maxwell Smith, Boston-based entrepreneur. Whilst his exact occupation is unknown, it is presumed he works within the family business as of 2006. His whereabouts are unknown. Okay, so we've got one dead brother and one missing brother. Okay, now we are going to head up to the loft and see if Erica can look back in time to see Keith fixing the thing, but that will have to wait for the next episode. So please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.